All right, welcome. Welcome. We are now live on three platforms. We're live here with you, and we're here to serve. And we have determined a particular topic for today. Now, what we're also going to do while we're here with you in this live video or this live event, hello, good to see you here, is that I am going to address any questions that you may have as well. So you can start thinking about those questions if you desire, and we'll definitely get to a part of today where I will be addressing questions. But the idea behind this particular event today is to really help you understand how you may be blocking success from your life or how you may be in your own way. And, even as I say that, the thought pops in my mind, maybe you're not blocking your success. But I have been studying success now for well over 4 decades. And what I've come to know is everyone's blocking their success to some degree. We've all established what we call ceilings for ourselves, like limits for ourselves. And if you're wondering what your own personal limits are, all you need to do is look at your life, and results will tell you a lot about what's going on within your consciousness. But before you decide that you're willing to look at your life and you're willing to look at your results, understand that my suggestion is not to be looking at your results from a place of judgment, but to simply look at your results from a place of awareness and observation. Because when you have the desire, and everyone has this desire within them to create better results in their life, to experience more of what they would love in their life, they are in their own way and the belief's not yet established. But the truth is this, the absolute truth is this, that whatever you think of, like in consciousness, as far as a desire is concerned, whatever you think of, you can absolutely accomplish. Absolutely. If you think it, you can do it. If you think it, you can do it. However, in order to experience the results of the desires that you have, you must feel and know and believe that it's already in your life now. And that's where the challenge comes from. And that's why people continue to sabotage their results or block their results, or they don't even bother going for the things that they want because of this belief system that's already embedded, firmly embedded within your subconscious mind. But if you just take a moment and say, I am willing to do whatever it takes, provided it's legal, ethical, and moral, then you're going to discover so much more potential within you. And when you get in harmony with the laws of the universe, you'll also experience much better results in your life. And when we think about the topic of today's event and how we decided that we wanted to help people understand how they are in their own way or how they're actually blocking themselves from success, not for a judgment experience, not to have anyone feel bad about it, but simply to have the awareness. Because when you have the awareness, then you can choose to do something about it. Then you can decide, oh, all right, great. Now I'm deciding that I'm going to create something so much better in my life. And again, it's not that there's anything wrong with you or wrong with your life. It's just very natural to want more. And if I think back to a number of events in my journey or during my journey of transformation, and at what point did I acknowledge that there was a belief within me that was a limiting belief that was really stopping me from experiencing what I desired. And when I chose to push past that belief and to choose a different belief, to choose a belief that was more in harmony with what I desired, then everything shifted. But does it happen, boom, like that? Well, it can, because in your own consciousness, you can choose just like that to embrace the idea and the feeling of having that which you desire. Let's use an example. I know a number of people have a desire for more money in their life. They'd like to experience more prosperity. It's a very common goal or a common desire that many people have. Now, how do I know that? Well, I had it. I was raised in a very poor household, and my parents struggled. I mean, they made ends meet, but I know it wasn't easy for them. And that's not a judgment. It's just they were doing the best they could with what they knew, right? That was their understanding. And therefore, by the time I became a very young adult, I had basically adopted the same beliefs that my parents had. And that occurs because of you're taking in information as a child through your senses, through what you're hearing, what you're seeing. And therefore, you establish your own beliefs at a very young age. And those beliefs that are firmly implanted and become firmly implanted in your subconscious mind are determining everything about you. The way you're thinking, the way you're feeling, the way you're acting, and then, of course, are reflected in results. But when we decide that we want to change our results, what must change is the consciousness. It's what we're giving our attention to. And this can be a challenge in the beginning. It can definitely be a challenge in the beginning until you become committed and disciplined to a new way of being. So the truth is, it doesn't even matter what's blocking you now. We don't even need to know what it is. We don't need to know what it is. Now, I found in the past, I had a discovery of understanding where I had put limits on myself simply by looking backward. But the process of creation starts with a decision. It really starts with you deciding that you're going to create something new in your life, and whatever that is. And it doesn't matter what it is. And it's also very true to know and understand that you don't have to know how you're going to accomplish the goal. Now, that should be great news for those that are thinking, I'd really like to do this, or I'd really like to have that, or I'd love to buy that, or I'd love to, start my business or attract more clients or whatever it happens to be. And they're thinking, well, I don't know how to do that. You don't have to know how. Now, that may sound illogical, and success sometimes defies logic. It may feel illogical as well, but I know it works. And not just because of what I've personally experienced, but what I've observed millions of other people experience as well. And some people have created like significant transformations in their life or significant results, as I have. Like the way my life is today to the way it was many, many years ago is very different, completely different in all aspects. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because the depth of understanding that I now have from the many, many years of study has contributed to that. And now I feel it's my responsibility to help others experience what they want. So a process of manifesting involves determining what would you really love, and then deciding what do I need to believe in order to have that. It's not the how. The next question isn't, well, how am I going to do that? Because you won't know how. And you won't know how in this moment, and you may not know how tomorrow, and you might not know how next week, but that's okay. You might not know how until it's actually done, until you've experienced it. And many times, people that are looking to manifest some significant results in their life discover that it's only after that they've actually manifested what they want that they're able to see clearly what happened. But the process for you to get there, meaning to get to the place of experiencing what you desire, is by truly believing in your heart right now that it is already in your life. And what you're essentially doing is you're believing in something that's invisible. It may sound silly, but I absolutely know it works. And to believe in something that's invisible means that you feel it wholeheartedly in your body, in your heart, your thinking is in alignment with this outcome, knowing and feeling it's already done. If you have a goal to do something you've never done before, and you're hearing this right now, and perhaps it's a reinforcement of something that you've already heard before, and yet you haven't produced the result in your life right now, it could be because you became disillusioned, or perhaps frustrated, or you stopped believing. And maybe you were well on your way, but you got to a point where it's like, it's not working, or it's not working as you would love for it to work. But it will work when you're feeling as if the result is already there in your life. So it could be the reason why your goal or your manifestation hasn't shown up in your life yet is because of the gestation period, because it may just take a little longer. Now, how long does it take? You may be wondering. No one knows as it relates to goals. There are certain things we know how long it takes to manifest, but when it comes to goals, nobody really knows how long it takes. But the faster you stay and reside in a positive state of expectancy, this is so important, and I really hope you're writing this down. The more you stay in a positive state of expectancy, the faster your manifestations are going to come to you in your life. So live in that state of expectancy and reinforce those ideas into your consciousness every day. Remind yourself, now that you've had this goal manifest in your life, how am I feeling? Right? And you don't just feel it for a couple minutes or for a moment. You embrace it as your way of being every single day. You are in love with your life and you're in love with your results. But it takes discipline for sure. There is a commitment required, and it definitely takes discipline. I've been studying for 43 years. I actually have a study club called Club Achieve. And now I invite others to study with me daily, Monday through Friday. Now I study 7 days a week, but we do our study club classes. It's a membership site, clubachieve.com. We do those classes every day at 9 a.m. And what that does is it helps people gather more knowledge. Because if you want to produce better results, then you must expand your awareness. But the difference between what I do with my clients and the members of Club Achieve is not only that we study the materials. I'll stop while I'm reading and I'll explain so that there is a level of understanding there. And then I'll suggest how to apply it. And this is a daily practice, a daily practice. Just think about what a difference that would make in your life when you study every single day and study with someone who knows how to manifest results, literally manifest things out of nothing, almost like they're magical. And when you do that, it creates magic in your life. Because the biggest benefit of you manifesting these goals that you set for yourself is that it brings out this greater and grander version of who you are. Because there's so much power within you. There's so much potential that's already within you. You were born that way. But it's time now to take charge of your life. It's time to turn things around if you feel they need to be turned around. It's time that you got disciplined and serious. And when I say serious, I mean like really committed to success. Not that you get all intense or anything like that. Like I really believe life's meant to be fun. And the more relaxed you are in the manifestation process, the better it's going to go for you as well. So if you're not quite convinced yet of the manifestation process, but yet you do have the desire there, trust in my knowing, in my experience. I am sharing this with you from experience, from over 4 decades of experience and of studying with many, many, many masters over those 4 decades, 4+ decades, that have also manifested extraordinary results in their life. So there's a depth of understanding there that I can share with you that can literally shave off years of time and potentially save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Because I personally invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in my own growth. So you get to benefit from that. Absolutely get to benefit from that. And what I'll also say before we go to questions, because I see there's a number of questions that are coming in right now, is that there are a number of reasons why success has been created in my life and success has been created in other people's lives. But I will tell you, there's a couple of things that really made a big difference. And one of those things is the study, is the daily study. Because as you study, you expand your understanding, you expand your awareness. And even if you go back and study a book that you've studied in the past, you get a deeper level of understanding because you're not the same as you were back then. And so studying, daily study, will make a big difference in your life. That's why I absolutely recommend Club Achieve for everyone. Absolutely everyone should be a member in Club Achieve if they want better results in their life. Then the second thing is that I studied from great masters, as I mentioned just a couple minutes ago. I learned from others. Why? Because they knew more about the materials than I did at the time. And I knew that they could help me understand this power, help me understand what the universe's role is in manifesting. What are the laws of the universe? And then how do you get in harmony with what you desire? How can you imagine or act as if something that you desire to have in your life is here now when there's no evidence of it in sight? Well, you do that through imagination, and you do it repeatedly. And the reason why you do it over and over again is because you want to build the belief systems within you to have you on autopilot, like success on autopilot. Because the more you work on your belief system, the stronger you get, the stronger your beliefs are placed firmly within you. And then you get to a point where you are manifesting with great ease. And you'll discover that you just have to think of something, get in harmony with it, and boom, it's in your life. And you'll start to wonder, wow, why wasn't I doing this a long time ago? Now, I know it can be challenging because I've experienced challenges over the years for sure. And everyone experiences challenges. But the better you get, the better your life gets. All right. So be committed to working on your understanding. And be committed to bringing out this great and grand version of who you are. And be committed to your disciplines for success. And be committed to your results. Seeing and knowing and believing that they're already in your life. They're here now. And it's not a force thing. It's a relax in the knowing thing. The best way you can manifest is by feeling and knowing that your desire is already here. All right. Now, I know we have a number of questions that have been coming in here, and I am going to go to those questions right now. Thank you, Roddy, for being with me and gathering all these questions for me. The first one is from Claudia. Hi, Claudia. Good to see you here. I want my dream house. I do my imagination affirmation, but I'm lacking the faith because of the house price. How do I change this, please? Okay. Please, everyone that's listening, even though I'm answering Claudia's question, this is definitely going to benefit all of you. Understand this, that when you say to the universe you want something, the universe responds in this way. Indeed, you do. What does that mean? That means that you will continue wanting it. But when you choose that it is already yours, that dream home is already yours, and you genuinely feel it in your heart, you will manifest it. Earlier, I said you don't have to know how. Now, further on to the question, Claudia said, I do my imagination affirmations. Okay, understand that, but you're saying you're lacking the faith because of the house price. Nothing outside of you causes you to believe anything. You choose. Even as I'm speaking right now, you're going to choose whether you're going to accept or reject this idea. It doesn't matter how much the house is. It does not matter. Do you desire that home? Can you see yourself living there? What would it feel like when you're living in that home? I bought a house a number of years ago with a cash advance on my visa. I had no money to buy this house. I had no idea how I was going to buy this house. Now we're going back a number of years. This is 27 years ago. 27 years ago. Was it a stretch for me? Definitely. Did I have a limit on myself prior to that? Definitely. But you know what? The desire was there. And what I mentioned earlier in this call is what I'm talking about. I followed what I teach. I followed what I had learned. So you must get into the habit of feeling as if that's your home every single day. And so you could write an affirmation, and you're saying you're doing imagination, you're doing affirmations. Are you really feeling it? Like a lot of people do that. They say their affirmations, they do their visualization, but their dominant thoughts and their dominant feelings are not in alignment. Their dominant thoughts and their dominant feelings are more about what they don't have, or more in alignment with how they can't do it, or why they don't have the money, or this is never going to happen. Those are the dominant thoughts. That's not a judgment. It's an observation. And I'm not saying that is the case for Claudia. It may or may not be. But if you really are believing it, so if you're saying affirmations, I'm so happy and grateful now that I own my beautiful home, I paid for it in full, and I love living here, and you feel it in your heart, it's just a matter of time before it manifests. So what that could be is that if you're really effectively doing imagination every single day, and you're visualizing every single day, and you're staying in the spirit of knowing it's already done, and you feel it and know it and believe it, even though you don't know how you're going to pay for it, even though you might not have the money, regardless of the price, you will manifest it. Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich, no more effort is required to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity than is required to accept misery and poverty. This is great news, my friends. This is really great news. You don't have to know how, and you can have any home that you want. You just have to see and believe and know that it's already yours. See, know, and believe. You may want to write that out. I see, know, and believe this home is already mine. That could be your affirmation. And when you imagine that you're living in that home, what you do is when you go to sleep at night, you're going to sleep in that home. Maybe you're looking out the window, but in your imagination, you're looking out the window and you're seeing what you would see were you going to sleep in that home. Or perhaps you're doing dishes in your kitchen and you're at your kitchen sink and you look up, and what would you be seeing were you doing dishes in your new home? And what about special holidays or special events where you're having friends and family over? Are you imagining that they are there? You see, creating active mental pictures that you can feel in your heart will intensify the belief. You've got to build it and build it and build it and strengthen it and strengthen it and strengthen it. And when you get to the point like, I know this is already done, you're full on manifestation mode. You will manifest it, and you're going to manifest it with ease. It's not about force. It's not about struggle. It's about being relaxed in the knowing that it's already here. Excuse me. Next question is from Renee. If I want a home, excuse me, but still don't know where to start or where I should start, essentially it seems like I need to focus on one thing to start taking action. You need to focus on one thing to start taking action? I don't know what you mean by that. But if you still want a home but don't know where to start, just decide that you own the home. What's that home like? What is it like? How many bedrooms do you have? Is there a garage? Is it on a mountain, side of a mountain? Does it have a view? Is it in a particular area of a particular city? How does it feel being in that home? Is it spacious? Does it have some high ceilings? Is it not one of those automated high-class homes? Do you have a pool in your backyard? Like, get clear on what kind of home. What is your home like? And what does it feel like now that you're living there? And just choose. That's a great place to start. Our next question is from Kurt, looks like Castera. How to stay in the state of expectancy? How do I know I'm expectant? Okay, I'm going to answer the second part of the question before the first part. How do you know? By how you feel. How do you stay in the state of expectancy? By directing your attention there. So you could ask yourself a very simple question. Write this question down, by the way. Now that I have my dream, or now that my goal is manifested, how do I feel? Now that I have this in my life, whatever this is, whatever the goal is, how do I feel? And this goes for the previous questions. Dream homes, right? I have a program called Manifest Your Dream Home. Now that you've manifested your dream home, how do you feel? And think about that and answer the question. So if manifesting your dream home, you feel relaxed, you feel grateful, you feel happy, whatever emotion that you're feeling, this is the dominant emotion. That's what I was talking about earlier. The dominant emotion that you choose to feel on a consistent basis. All right. You're going to choose to feel those emotions on a consistent basis. And if you find you're getting off track the majority of the day, put yourself back on track. It's not a matter of just asking yourself that one question once a day. Ask yourself that question 233 times a day, if necessary. If it's necessary, you will get off track. You will. Everybody does. But it's your responsibility to put yourself right back on track. And it can easily and effectively done by asking and answering the question, now that my dream is realized, or now that my dream is fulfilled, how do I feel? And then you go straight to feeling, and you feel it. You feel as if you're already there. You feel that gratitude. You feel that happiness. You feel that joy. You feel that relaxed state. And another very effective way is to create a Power Life script. And if you don't know what that is, go to powerlifescript.com. And with Power Life Script, what that does is it has you scripting your life in all areas of your life that are important to you in a way that you see and feel you're living your dream life now, not sometime in the future, right now. All right. This is what you want to do. You want to feel as if it's here right now. Power Life Script is a tool. Vision board is a tool. A goal card is a tool. Affirmations are tools. They're all designed to help you experience what you desire when you use them. And that's the key. You must use them and discipline yourself every single day that you're implementing the tools that create the alignment for you and your dreams. Next question is from Sabrina. Yes, imagining is key, but the question is how to stay in the presence if I'm in my imagination all day. Well, you can do both. I'm doing it right now. I'm talking to you. I'm sharing these steps, but you know what I'm doing? I am in my imagination, imagining my goals. I have goals that aren't currently in my present results, but they're in my heart. I practice what I preach. So I'm doing it right now. You could be doing your dishes and doing it. I could be delivering a seminar and doing it. I could be writing a book and doing it. You got so much capacity within you. You could be walking down the hall in your home and be doing it as well. You could be in the shower and doing it. So absolutely, you can be doing the imagination while you're doing other things and staying in the spirit. So you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy and grateful. So grateful for my amazing life. It feels so good. And like all the practices that you can be involved in every single day can keep you in alignment, regardless of what's going on. regardless of what's going on. You see, right now you're taking in information from your senses, whether you're paying attention to this or whether you're noticing something else that's going on or you're looking at your phone or whatever. But as I'm sitting here and I'm sharing with you, I'm also taking in information. And I see on my desk my bank statement. And my bank statement is a reflection of my goal. And so that's what I get in harmony with. I see it. What does it do every time my eyes shift over to my bank statement? I see it. I see what's there and I get emotionally involved in it. And that's happening even though I'm talking or I'm writing or I'm creating or I'm delivering or I'm working with a client. It's happening at the same time. You can absolutely do this. Our next question is from Fayez. How to reignite my dreams after being killed in the past. For some reason, I don't have dreams or goals. Okay, well, get out of the past. It doesn't, like if you're driving down the car and you're looking in the rearview mirror, you're going to crash, right? Stop looking in the past. Forget it. You got a brand new moment right now, right here. It's a brand new day. What would you love? Can't do anything about the past. I can't do anything about what I did yesterday. You could learn from it or find the blessing in it for sure, positive things, but just decide right now, what would you love? What would you love? And stop saying that you don't have any dreams. Everybody does, but you're limiting yourself. Like you are in your own way. You're blocking the idea. So start to imagine, what would I love to have? What would I really, really love to have, do, or be, or experience in my life? And go there in your imagination. Kelly says, how does one apply this idea in regards to their own health and body? I've manifested material things and people in my life, but I struggle with my self and body image. I want to be the healthiest version of myself, but self-sabotage too easily. Okay, Kelly, I would suggest no more self-sabotaging too easily. Manifest with ease. And you can manifest your perfect body and your health just as easily as you can manifest anything else. Just as easily. Now, if you don't believe it, you may want to affirm that. So you do believe it. And the way that you manifest it, I love that you've already manifested physical things. That's wonderful. But the way you manifest a healthy body or a perfect body or the image that you want for your body is the same way you manifest anything. You see it, you believe it in your imagination. Like I remember a number of years ago putting a photo of a model who was in a bathing suit and my head on top of that and put it on my refrigerator. So if I went to go in the refrigerator to get something that may not have been a healthy choice, I'd see that image and it would be a reminder, right? And so that was one of the things. It was a visualization tool. I actually have a photo on my vision board and I'm at my ideal weight now. I'm exactly where I want to be, but I put it on the vision board. And it's not enough to just put a picture on a vision board or put a picture on a refrigerator or put something beside your bed or on your desk. What really makes the difference is feeling in harmony with it, emotionalizing with that experience, feeling as if it's here now. That's what you want to do. All right, next question is from Monica. How do you deal with stress? Well, stress is the opposite of calm. Right? Understand that it's just the opposite of the same emotion. They're on the same scale. You can choose to be relaxed. And you can do that by practicing being relaxed. Taking some deep breaths. Ask yourself that question. Now that I'm living my dream life, how do I feel? But it's not just enough to ask the question. You want to go straight to the feeling, right? And you're in control of that. Nobody causes you to feel anything. And nothing outside of you causes you to feel anything. Overwhelming bills does not cause you to feel overwhelmed. You choose to feel that. You see, when you get an envelope in the mail, let's say it's a bill, and you get an envelope in the mail, let's say it's a Visa bill, and it has a balance on there that might have surprised you. It's like, oh my goodness, did I spend that much this month? And I'm sure many of you have had that experience. But understand, when you pick up that envelope, it does not magically take some kind of emotion, go down your throat and cause you to feel something. Upset, worried, concerned, whatever. It doesn't. You're choosing to feel that. Now, can you get a bill in the mail, look at it, and not associate to any negative feelings? Definitely. Why? because you're in control of how you feel. You're the one that's controlling how you're feeling. So you can choose to use your imagination, even though that's what you're looking at. What are you seeing? You're seeing the result that you desire. Now, many years ago, back in the 1980s, I was all consumed in debt. I didn't like it. And so I decided I'm going to change it. So what I did was a couple things. I had a line of credit. And so I took my line of credit statement, and this is before the internet. So I took this thing called whiteout, and I white out the balance that was due, and I put the balance at zero, but I showed the credit was still available. And so it was paid in full. Did the same thing with my credit card statement. Statement would come in, zero balance, and put it on my refrigerator. And that's what I focused on. It wasn't long before I eliminated all the debt by choosing to be in harmony with the end result that I desired. It's the same thing you do here. Nina, what's your suggestion on staying in alignment in terms of finances and attracting the income deserved? Well, number of ways, and we've really been talking about that here in the last little while. But one is determine how much you'd love to have as far as finances are concerned. I actually just recorded a video this morning that we will be releasing soon. It's called Making a Million Look Easy. And I was talking about that. Set some specific financial goals. But the way that you write them is, I am so happy and grateful now that I am easily earning. I'm so happy and grateful now that my personal net worth is in excess of. I'm so happy and grateful now that my business is generating profitable revenue. And then you say what that is, right? You have specific goals. We actually created something called the Money Marathon. You can find it by going on our website or going to themoneymarathon.com. And it's specifically for those that want to create abundance in their life, that want to get out of their financial challenging situation. And that's a big part of it. You've got to set specific financial goals for yourself. And then, of course, get in harmony with knowing they're already done. And if part of the belief involves you reinforcing the worthiness about it, say that. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm, worthy of the millions of dollars or whatever it happens to be that you're attracting into your life. Ziana says, Dear Peggy, how does allow one to jumpstart his own business free from corporate job? Oh, I love that question. I love all these questions, by the way. They're all fantastic. I did that. I was in the corporate world for many, many years, which was great. I had a wonderful position and I was earning great money. But the desire was to run my own business. And so in 1994, I incorporated a company and began to operate in my business. And so action is what made the difference. I made a goal. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm running a very successful business. And that was 28 years ago. I've almost been in business for 30 years now. But I practice what I preach, as I said earlier, and everything that I'm talking about here, everything that I'm sharing with you applies to business, to finances, to health, to relationships, to dream homes, to cars, to anything at all that you would love to experience in your life. It all applies. You've got to decide what you would love. You have to determine, what does it feel like when I have that? What do I need to believe in order to have that? And then you got to build the belief system. It's like if I decided that I wanted to get in the best shape of my life, physical shape. Well, the outcome is best physical shape. And I might even be, specific about that, 26-inch waist or, toned muscles, toned body at so many pounds or kilos or whatever it is. Well, I know that I have work to do, right? And it's like anything, there's work to be done, but this is not difficult work. This is fun work. And what do I do? And I mentioned this earlier, get a mentor, right? We can help you. We can help you accomplish your goals. We can help you skip levels. We can help you create anything in your life. And so you get someone who's qualified, who understands what it takes to get to where you want to go. And then you get on with the work. You get on with the work. And the work is fun and it's enjoyable and it's fulfilling. And as I said earlier, the great benefit is not that you're going to manifest that. The great benefit is how you feel. So make a decision. And it's just like with a business. If your desire is to create a very successful, profitable business, see yourself running a very successful, profitable business. And again, you don't have to know how. You have to feel as if you're operating a successful business, and you will get inspired with ideas. And that's a very important distinction. When you become in harmony with the outcome that you desire, which means you're feeling as if it's in your life right now, you're going to attract everything requisite for the fulfillment of that. But you've got to be thinking as that person. You have to be thinking as that business person. You have to be feeling as if it's already done. And then you're going to get inspired with ideas. And when you get inspired with an idea, take action. Absolutely take action. We help people create their business as well through our Destiny Coaches business. We have a division of Destiny Coaches, and that's what they're doing. They're entrepreneurs. They're running their own business. They're doing meaningful work that positively uplifts others. And there's no limit to what they can be earning as well. And so mindset is a necessary part of creating a successful business. All right, we have one more question. We're going to call it a wrap. We're usually doing these calls for about 30 minutes. I just noticed we've been going about 41 right now. And Triona has a great question here as well. I've an inconvenient medical condition, nothing serious. How do I get rid of it? All right. You see yourself being healthy. You feel as if every atom of your being is in perfect health. You see it, you feel it, you believe it. And this is what you give attention to. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but a year ago or less than a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. And it is what it is. Did I attract that in my life? I suppose I did. I don't need to analyze why. It was just there. But I know what to do, and that is to get in harmony with perfect health. So what did I do? I do what I teach. I saw myself in perfect health. I felt as if I was in perfect health. And even though I went through some treatment and went through a very interesting time, not judging it, just an interesting time, I once again became very healthy and completely free of that thing that was there. And so I reside in a state of perfect health. I feel perfectly healthy. I choose to have a perfectly healthy body. So how did I cure myself? Same way I manifest anything. Making a decision, that was the outcome that I was choosing, to get in harmony with what that outcome was and to feel it every single day. And over a matter of time, and not a long time, I was right back to work, feeling fantastic again and healthy once again. So that's what's fun about manifesting, is that it works on anything. And so I love that you're here, and I love that you're asking these wonderful questions. And I know how important it is to you too. Like, I know how it can be scary. I've been in the place of, crying myself to sleep because I was so poor or had consumed debt and not knowing how to get out of there and feeling lost. I mean, this was many, many years ago, but I understand it. I understand what emotional pain feels like. I understand what struggle feels like. But what I now know from the many years that I've been at it is it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't have to be that way. And I certainly want you to have everything that you desire. And we here at Dynamic Destinies are committed to helping you experience just that. But we're going to give you the guidance. We'll give you the understanding, but you got to take it the rest of the way. And our mandate is to make it easy for you as well and to make it fun. So we're going to call it a wrap for today. I did make some suggestions. Joining Club Achieve is one of our suggestions. Being a part of Power Life Script, creating your Power Life Script is a very important part of it. And go to our website, PeggyMcColl.com. And there's a place there. If you're not even sure which program would be the best one for you, you can schedule a call with one of our advisors, and they will happily get on a call with you and direct you in the right way on which program that we would recommend be a great fit for you. All right, everyone. Well, it's always a pleasure to be here to serve you. Thank you. Thank you for thanking me. It is absolutely my pleasure. Thank you, Roddy. Roddy has been literally running from platform to platform, grabbing all the questions and sharing them with me. He is an absolutely amazing being, and I'm so grateful to be serving with him as well as we serve you in only ways that are going to uplift your life. So have yourself a wonderful day, and I will see you all again very soon.